Up and down. Up and down. What I want to share is challenge shapes as I began to love myself. As I began to love myself, I found that aggression and emotional suffering are only warning signs that I was living against my own truth. Today, I know this is authenticity. As I began to love myself, I understood how much it can offend somebody as I try to force my desires on this person, even though I knew this time was not right and the person was not ready for it. And even though this person was me, today I call it respect. As I began to love myself, I stopped carving for a different life and I could see that everything that surrounded me was inviting me to grow. Today I call it maturity. As I began to love myself, I understood that at any circumstance, I am in the right place at the right time, and everything happens at the exactly right moment. So I could be calm. Today I call it self-confidence. As I began to love myself, I could steal my own time, and I stopped designing huge projects for a future. Today, I only do what brings me joy and happiness things I love to do and that make my heart cheer. And I do them in my own way and in my own rhythm. Today, I call it simplicity. As I began to love myself, I freed myself of anything that is no good for my health. Food, people, things, situations, and everything that do me down and away from myself. And first I called this attitude a healthy egoism. Today I know it is love of oneself. As I began to love myself, I could try to always to be right, and ever since I was wrong most of the time. Today I discovered that is modesty. As I began to love myself, I refused to go on living in the past and worry about the future. Now I only live for the moment where everything is happening. Today I live each day, day by day, and I call it fulfillment. As I began to love myself, I recognized that my mind and disturb me and it can make me sick. But as I connected it to my heart, my mind became a valuable ally. Today I call this connection wisdom of the heart. We no longer need to fear arguments, confrontations, or any kinds of problems with ourselves or others. Even starts collide, and out of their cashier new words are born. Today I know that is life. As I began to love myself is a poem written by Shelin Chapin on his 70th birthday. A comedy master in his twilight years stripped away all the superficiality and chose to return to his true self. What strikes me most is the attitude towards life and existence expressed in this poem. Taking care of one's body, living authentically, smiling at life, and pursuing spiritual and mental joy. In today's impetuous and artillery society, this optimistic, open mind, and peaceful attitude towards life is what we urgently need. For us, the younger generation, when facing the pursuit and unhappiness in life and work, Chapin's poem undoubtedly provides us with a good answer. Have less resentment and indifference towards the world, and more effort and perseverance. Love yourself, earnestly, and obtain the tranquility deep in your heart.